All right, guys, so we are making our chicken sausage breakfast patties. And so what we're starting with is 1 pound of ground chicken. And then we have our spice blends here. We have some allspice, some smoked paprika, black pepper, sea salt, rosemary. I use Italian seasoning because I'm trying to get the sage flavoring. I don't have any sage. And allspice and light brown sugar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this all together, blend it all up real good, and then we are going to put it into the ground chicken. Now, I talk to so many people on a daily basis who have problems with their diet, who try to figure out ways to eat healthier. And so this channel and my recipes are sort of, as of the past year, become inspiration. They've become inspiration for some of my recipes. But if you know me, if you've been following me for a while, you know that initially my inspiration was my son, and he still inspires a lot of things because of his food allergies. So we got that blended up real well. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the little chunks of brown sugar down. And then I'm going to kind of mash up my ground chicken here. So, you know, I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis who have problems with their diets due to underlying illness, due to, you know, wanting to lose weight, you know, the typical things that happen as you age, as you get older. So one of the biggest problems, like the most common problem that I deal with, is high blood pressure. And so people with high blood pressure need to reduce their sodium intake, right? Salt intake. And a lot of people like to eat bacon and sausage for breakfast. So this chicken sausage recipe is a good alternative that you can make a large amount in advance and then put it in the freezer, and it'll keep, and you can cook it for your breakfast in the morning, and you won't have to worry about all the guilt of it affecting your blood pressure, your cholesterol, different things like that. You can use ground turkey. Ground chicken works too, but it's very low in fat, low in salt. Sodium is the word that you hear everybody use. And, you know, it's good for you. I suppose you could use other alternative meats, like, not suppose, but you really can. I say that because we really only eat chicken and fish in our house. So if you're not on a restricted diet, you could use ground beef. You could use, you know, anything you come up with. I've gone so far in the past as to, you know, ground up my own chicken. Like I'll have chicken breasts or boneless chicken thighs, and I'll grind it up in my blender, you know, because I don't have a meat grinder. So I just use my blender, grind it up, and then that's where I get my ground chicken. But this recipe is a great way to have your breakfast meats in a healthier way. And so what I talk to people about is eating more whole foods. The American food industry system, whatever you want to call it, is full of processed foods. And in order to keep those foods fresh or looking nice, these guys fill them full of preservatives and unnatural ingredients and chemicals that affect our bodies in different ways. They virtually poison us over time. So we are doing recipes with whole foods that are going to be relatively good for you. I'm going to get into some, you know, some stuff that's maybe not the best, but it's good for your soul. So, you know, but it will be made from whole food ingredients. Now, what was that? Neil. All right, so I think we got this blended up really well. And so what I'm gonna do is throw that over there. And for this recipe, if you have cast iron, it's gonna be the best to use because it's gonna give you a nice crisp on your sausage. So what we're gonna do is cut our cast iron on medium heat. I'm gonna get it going. And you're gonna use olive oil. We always keep extra virgin olive oil here. So you're gonna put about a teaspoon of olive oil in the pan and let it heat up. And I'm going to get some wax paper because I'm going to, wax paper, parchment paper. I'm going to make these into little patties. And how I'm gonna do that, you can use your hands, but I'm gonna be extra and I'm gonna use the mason jar. So what I'm gonna do is roll it on out. And you can see, like, I'm really making this right before your eyes. And so it doesn't take that long. I always tell people healthy eating just requires preparation and planning. And then once you know what you're doing in terms of what you're gonna be eating for the week or whatever, then you just get your ingredients list together and you make your food. Now, when you on a healthy eating diet, when you are eating healthy whole foods, some things gonna have to take a back seat. Like you may not be able to watch your favorite Netflix show right now. Look at that, that's a meat pizza. All you meat lovers, here you go. But some things are gonna have to take a back seat to living a healthier lifestyle. In our house, we don't watch much TV. I usually watch shows before I go to bed. And that's when I catch up on most things, or if I'm waiting for something, like I'm usually always waiting for my son to come out of some sort of sport or activity. So if I'm waiting in the car or something, I'll just put on my Netflix. But when you're trying to eat healthy, some things are gonna have to take a back seat to your food preparation. All right, so here's my mason jar. And what I'm gonna do is oil the lid. I don't know if this is gonna work well because it's that little lip right there. We'll see. But what I'm gonna do is oil it just to kind of keep it from sticking. And I literally just kind of came up with this right now. The more you cook for yourself and your family, the easier things will become. I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit, maybe medium high. The easier things will become. I want that pan really hot so we can get a nice crisp on this meat. But yeah, the more you get into cooking and food preparation, the easier it'll get, and then the ideas will start flowing, you know? If you don't use it, you lose it. So you gotta cook, get those ideas flowing. So we just gonna play this like these some biscuits or something and pull the excess meat apart. And then I want to be real ginger with these pieces. My son is gonna be so happy about this because I try not to give him, well, I want to shy away from giving him too much carbs in the morning, because you know, when you have focus, when you need focus and attention, sometimes a little bit too much carbohydrates give you that little fatigue, sleepy feeling. So right now he's eating a lot of like muffins in the morning, a lot of fruit and stuff like that. So I want to lay down a nice layer of protein for him in the morning. He's gonna be so happy about this. Yay! All right, so I'm gonna have to go get some more ground chicken so I can make a bunch. I gotta make a whole bunch. so I don't have to worry about it in the middle of the week. I know I'm gonna try to give him 2 pieces with a lot of fruit and some bread, but I know he's gonna ask for more. He's gonna wanna steal more. So right here, like if you wanna take these and freeze them, you're good to go. So, you know, you'll have some on the weekend at different times where you could freeze them and then pop them out of the freezer so you can cook them, then they're ready. So here we go. Now this is just like an easy little basic recipe. And actually guys, this is my first time making it this way. Normally, I go through all the toil and trouble of grinding up my own chicken, which is a lot of work, and that's why I haven't made sausages in a while. But see, look at that. That's probably gonna fit. I'm gonna spray a little bit more oil in there. Don't judge us. We're using an industrial Zep spray bottle for our oil. It works. It works pretty good. And that smells amazing, right? So I'm cooking these right now so I could just like put them in the toaster oven and heat them up in the morning. So he'll be good to go. And so I'm just gonna mash out the rest of these pieces. But yeah, guys, if you are looking for alternative ways to eat healthy and still eat a lot of the foods that you like, stay tuned to my channel and we're gonna get into all those creations. And I'm gonna give you some health tips and some stuff that you may not know in terms of health and different chronic conditions. We're gonna talk about it all. So follow me on Instagram at LoveMyMe1. And then of course, you can follow me right here on YouTube for the videos that I upload. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, give me a thumbs up. Please, right? This is my passion. I love this. I love to talk to people about healthy eating and taking care of our bodies, because for so many years, I've seen, I'm gonna turn that heat down a little bit. I've seen and taken care of people. See, look at that. I've seen and taken care of people with so many preventable conditions. And these conditions are all as a result of lifestyle and food. Now, I am going to get into exposing these dirty behind food companies too, because they're allowed to lie to us and tell us things that aren't true, and we get fed a lot of misinformation and we think certain things are healthy when they're not. But in my experience, people, when they know better, they do better. So when you find out you've been lied to and the choices that you're making are the wrong choices, then you adjust, right? So we are going to talk about all of those things in the upcoming videos. So I do believe I lost my light here. I lost my light. What happened to my light? Oh, well. This is a part of the creating process. Things don't go all as you plan. So we're just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna try to put on my light for my stove is broken. So luckily I'm doing this in the daytime. So, and that piece right there came right on out inside the mason jar lid. Luckily we're doing this in the daytime, so we got a decent amount of light. And I actually got to get ready to go get my son. So as you can see, these are turning out. What are they gonna taste like? I got a feeling they're gonna be bomb, y'all. So I'm just taking a picture of the cooking process. A little short video here. All right. So you guys get the gist, right? And you don't want the heat to be too high so the outside ends up getting blackened before the inside's done. That's no good. And you want to make them thin enough so that's not a problem. So I'm gonna just flip these one more time. That one's kind of burnt, but whatever. It's still gonna get hit with the teeth, y'all. My son's gonna hit it with the teeth, with the ferociousness. So of course, when you see this on Instagram, it's gonna be all pretty looking. Y'all ain't gonna know that. You ain't gonna be able to see in the picture that's what happened. That was part of the cooking process. So I'm gonna spray some more oil in my pan, cut down the heat a little bit. Got perfect little discs. And I've tried to buy like chicken sausages in the store, and you know, I am extremely against eating pork. Extremely against eating pork for so many reasons. So a lot of those chicken sausages have pork casing. So it'll be chicken sausage, but the lining, you know, the lining that they stuff the sausage in, that gives you that little snap when you bite into it, that is pork. So if you're somebody who's trying to avoid pork, you're not if you're eating those chicken sausages. And they do list it on the back of the ingredients. It'll say pork casing. The only company that I've found that does not use a pork casing is, oh, I can't think of it right now. Oh. Is it Applegate? I think it's Applegate. I believe that's who it is. But the sausage is so doggone expensive. It's like, it's dang near $2 a link. So don't nobody got time for that. I don't, especially now. This day and age, they're running it up. So we got to figure out ways to be a little bit more creative with our meals. And we got to figure out ways to save $1 when we can. So when you cook at home, you save lots of money. If you are a person that's into budgeting and you look at how much money you spend on fast food or eating out, restaurants and stuff like that, you'll be shocked. And it's easy to make a change once you realize that and start cooking at home. And then y'all know, what we make at home is always better. It's always better. So this is the last of the chicken sausage. So you guys get the gist of the video. So what I want you to do is subscribe to my channel. Continue to follow me for more recipes and health tips. Remember, these recipes, for the most part, are going to use whole foods. I'm going to talk about them in relationship to your health condition. This one is specifically targeted for my people who have high blood pressure and high cholesterol. This is not going to add to those conditions. You can still enjoy your great breakfast meat without all the extra additives and foolishness that causes your health to spiral out of control. So subscribe, give me a thumbs up, set your post notifications, Follow me also at LoveMyMe1 on IG. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.